Sometimes the moment that is supposed to feel light can feel heavier than the years behind it. At 12:28, in a small release room, the building is almost silent. A white fluorescent light makes everyone's skin look pale. A metal chair presses cold through your clothes, and your thumb keeps clicking a pen on the table, not because there is paperwork left, but because one tiny sound can delay a much larger feeling. Why would the prison gate feel heavier when it is opening for you to leave? What you may be feeling is the weight of freedom after a life that trained you to survive inside walls. In this video, I'll slow that moment down and name why leaving can feel so complicated, even when part of you has waited for it for a long time. The strange thing about release is that people often imagine it from the outside. They picture the gate opening. They picture the first walk into the sun. They picture relief, clean air, maybe somebody waiting by a car with a nervous smile. And sometimes those things are real. But there can be another feeling underneath it, quieter and harder to explain. It is the feeling of stepping out of a place that hurt you, but also held the shape of your days. Freedom after confinement can feel heavy when the outside world is no longer an idea. It becomes a room, a form, a sound, a person waiting, a street you will soon walk down without anyone telling you where to stand. One common reason is that the inside, even when it was painful, became predictable. A locked door is not kind, but it is clear. The schedule may have been cold, the rules may have been small, and the choices may have been taken from you, but the day still came with a shape. So when the gate opens, your mind is not only reacting to freedom, it is reacting to the sudden return of all the choices that were held away for so long, and that can make a simple hallway feel wider than a highway. Sometimes, it comes from the fear that people outside remember a version of you that you barely know how to carry. You may be walking out with a plastic bag, a few papers, maybe the same name, maybe the same birthday, but not the same sense of time. Family may be waiting with hope, or questions, or careful silence. You may wonder who you are allowed to be around them now, because even love can feel heavy when it has been waiting on the other side of a locked door. There's also a quieter reason. The gate does not only open into freedom, it opens into proof that life kept moving without you. That can land in the body before it becomes a clear thought. Someone got older. A child grew taller. A neighborhood changed. A friend stopped writing. The world outside may not be cruel in that moment, but it may be unfamiliar, and unfamiliar things can make the heart tighten even when nothing bad is happening right then. And this is where the heaviness can feel confusing. You may have dreamed about leaving. You may have counted days. You may have imagined the sound of that gate as the sound of relief. Then the day arrives, and instead of feeling only happy, you feel slow. You feel careful. You feel like every small movement matters too much. That does not mean you are ungrateful. It may mean your mind is standing between two worlds, trying to understand which rules still apply. Imagine it again. It is 12:28 in the release room. The building is nearly quiet in that flat, institutional way, where even silence feels supervised. The fluorescent light buzzes faintly overhead. The metal chair is not built for comfort, and the table is cold under your hand. A pen sits there. You pick it up and click it once. Then again. The sound is small, almost annoying, but it gives your fingers something to do. A staff member is checking a page. Someone says your ride is probably outside. You nod, but your mouth feels dry. Nothing dramatic is happening. No one is yelling. No siren, no movie scene, no big speech. Just a door, a signature, a bag of things, and the knowledge that in a few minutes nobody will be telling you what comes after lunch. If you've been there, you're not strange. You might know someone who lives like this. This is what the prison gate can feel like when it is opening, not only a way out, but a question too large to answer in one step. The body can hold routines even after the routine ends. That may be why your hand reaches for a small delay. The pen click. The folded paper. The slow tying of a shoe. The extra glance at a corner of the room you never liked. Small delays can look pointless from the outside, but inside they can act like a thin rail to hold while your life changes shape. For a lot of people, release carries a strange contradiction. The place was not home, but leaving still feels like losing the only map you had. That does not make the place good. It means the human mind can learn a pattern anywhere, even somewhere harsh. When choices are limited for a long time, the return of choice can feel less like a wide open field and more like standing in front of too many doors at once, with people expecting you to know which one is yours. A small way through that moment can be letting the first hour stay small. Not the whole future. Not the whole story. Just the first hour. Maybe the next real thing is walking to the car. Maybe it is feeling the air on your face without turning it into a symbol. Maybe it is holding the bag in your hand and noticing its weight. This works because the mind can get overwhelmed by a life-sized question. but it can often stand one small, physical detail at a time. It can also help when someone outside understands that silence is not rejection. A person leaving may not know how to answer, "How do you feel?" They may not know how to smile the way everyone hoped. They may be carrying relief, fear, shame, hope, anger, and a strange numbness all at once, without having a clean sentence for any of it. In that first stretch, a quiet presence can say more than a long speech. A bottle of water. A warm jacket. A car door opened without a big performance. A little space in the air. Because sometimes the hard part is not leaving the locked place. It is meeting the open world without pretending you already know how to belong to it. This can affect relationships right away. Someone may want closeness, and the person coming out may want distance. Someone may talk fast from excitement, while the person released hears every question like a test. Someone may plan a meal, a visit, a celebration, while the person at the center of it is still back in that small room, hearing the pen click, feeling the table under their palm. Nobody may be doing anything wrong. They may simply be standing in different timelines of the same day. It can also affect self-trust. Inside, many decisions were made for you. Outside, even small choices can carry a strange pressure. What to eat? Where to sit? Who to call first? Whether to keep the old jacket or buy a new one? Whether to talk about what happened or keep the day quiet? A choice that seems ordinary to someone else may feel loaded, because it is not only about the choice. It is about practicing having a say again. One gentle thing is to give the day a very plain sentence. Something like, "I am out, and I am taking this hour slowly." Nothing grand. Nothing polished. Just a sentence that gives the mind a place to land. It may not make the heaviness disappear, but it can keep the moment from turning into a test of how happy or ready someone is supposed to look. Another small thing is choosing one safe object as a kind of anchor for the day. The release papers in a folder. A cup of coffee held with both hands. The edge of the car seat. The feel of fresh clothes. Not because the object has magic in it, but because it gives attention somewhere real. When the future rushes in too fast, the body can sometimes return to one simple detail and remember that this is only one moment, not the whole life at once. And there is something else here that is rarely said out loud. Sometimes the gate feels heavy because leaving asks you to hope again, and hope can feel risky after a long season of trying not to feel too much. Hope asks you to imagine a life that may still be messy, still limited, still full of questions. That kind of hope is not shiny. It is quiet. It may sit in the throat. It may look like a person staring at the floor while everyone else waits for a smile. This is for people who are stepping into freedom while still carrying the sound of locked doors. The gate opening does not erase what came before it. It does not hand you a perfect sentence for who you are now. But it can be the first quiet proof that the story is moving, even if your heart arrives later than your body. And if the gate feels heavy, maybe that heaviness is not failure. Maybe it is the weight of a life beginning to come back into your hands.